next question, Kabbalah. When a conversion process and struggling to pick between Ashkenazi and Sephardic, I find both very appealing. How do I figure out which one I want? If I become Sephardic but then want to switch to Minhag, is this allowed?
Okay, so it's that's a very big question. So let me start from the beginning. So we want to give complete answer. So if it's natural born Jew, and he or she wants to switch, it's not recommended. So we're going to get to the converse in a minute. So it's not recommended. Why? Because your Hashem put you in this situation, in this body, with this soul, with this ancestry, to follow this minhag. What do you want to change? And me personally, I'm talking about myself. All the people who switched the custom, all of them are not serious, and all of them did not do it because they want to be more religious and this and that. So they did it for ulterior motives and actually become heretics. At least I know 4 people like that. Unfortunately, I don't know why. What is there to do? Maybe when just follow whatever your sage, whatever your ancestor did. Just follow that. It's perfect. You can be holy Ashkenazi, you can be holy Sephardic. It does not make a difference. Just continue with what you do. But if somebody wants to, again, from my experience, from people that I personally know for many years, not good. Totally disaster. I hope it's not. Of course, it was not the only reason, but these people had this idea, unfortunately. Right, but if person, let's say he or she wants to change for a right reason, for example, they find it appealing, they move to this community and they want to be part of it, this and that. I'm talking about men. I'm not talking about women. Just so we understand, right? So of course he can change. It's most likely it's only once in a lifetime. You decided to change, you change, and that's it. You cannot go back and forth. You're not like this kind of people that go from one to another, right? So that's very simple. But me personally, I don't see any I never heard any valid reason from somebody to switch the cut. Never ever. So because the Sephardic sing better, so sing with them. What is the problem? Somebody is stopping you from going to Sephardic shul and sing with them? Absolutely not. You take your siddur, right? You like to sing with them. I mean, personally, I said many times, I like when I go to Israel. I haven't been there for a long time, but when I would go, I'd like all of the different Sephardic minyanim, different. From Moroccan to Yemenite to all of the, I like the culture. I like the singing. I like how they pray, pronunciation. Totally, I enjoy it very, very much. But is it? I am going to change my custom? Absolutely not. But I mean, there is no contradiction whatsoever. You understand? That's one thing. That's for natural born Jews. And if you change only once. But why I said it's only for men, because for women it's almost irrelevant. Almost, I'm going to explain. Women, when they get married, they must take the custom of the husband, right? So they cancel basically their custom, whatever she was doing in the father's house. It's out of the question. So she must follow her husband's custom. So if she's planning to get married, I mean. That's pretty irrelevant because times comes and she would change the custom anyway, right? Or adopt the custom, or not change or keep, right? So when somebody in the process of conversion, so I mean, they have to read more, I guess, about the culture and see what is the difference. I don't see, for me personally, I don't see a huge difference in the cultures. Between Ashkenazi and Sephardic, it's some things a little different, some food different, some little prayers, minor difference, right? It's so read against the history of these people, and since some people, I would say, some people convert out of the doubt, out of the doubt because maybe they're Jews, maybe not Jews. So there is no documental proof to that. So in this case, I would recommend research your family, right? Whatever family as it is, and see if it's most likely that they came from from Sephardic background. So follow that. If they most likely these people from Ashkenazi background, so follow that. So right, so that would be one hint. Any other hints? I would not say. So it's a personal preference. Right? Some again minor difference. There is advantage in one and disadvantage in others. But it evens out. Doesn't matter. And then plus, I guess maybe another thing if you decide to before conversion, maybe one more point, a valid point. If you decide, if it does not make any difference, for you, and you decided that you're going to live in this area, in this neighborhood, let's say, and all of them Ashkenazic, and you do not care, so be part of the group. You understand? Or if it's most of them Sephardic, so be part of the group. You understand? If you don't know where you're going to live after conversion, where you're going to move, so that's a different story. So it's personal choice. I would not recommend one over the other because there is not, in my opinion, there is not much difference.
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So, say someone is following Sephardic Minchag, and for some reason, or for whatever reason, feels like he wants to take on some of the stringencies from the Ashkenazim, would he be allowed to do this?
I would say if a person can take some stringency. Just so we know, when it says Ashkenazim or Sephardim, it's actually the most likely this these controversies I actually come from Gemara, right? So in Gemara, the two sages have a different views, the different opinions of Achranim, right? And not Achranim, Rishonim that were after that. So it was before the Ashkenaz, before all the Sephardim, the thing. So basically, don't take it as other people do, but take it this stringency based on this Chacham who said it 1,000 years ago. You understand? So there is no new things like these people who make fun of sometimes this unfortunately not educated people, unfortunately, of the Ashkenazi custom of not eating kitnias. So kitnias, what is kitnias? Kitnias is all of the what does it call it? Beans. All of the beans, corn and other rice and the like, right? So we don't eat it on Pesach. So and how old is this custom? 800 years old, 1,000 years old. So if it was the custom like this until now, so we keep it. Sephardim never had this custom, never adopted this custom, so they don't keep it. Do you understand? So if you want to take this custom, so do not because the Ashkenazim keep it, right? But because this sage 850 years ago or 1,000 years ago, he said could be a problem. So okay, he said it could be a problem. I'm going to abide by the stringency, but don't all of these things do not advertise. So if you want to take some stringencies that is the whole community does not do, just keep it private. Nobody's going to come to your kitchen and open your pots and see, how come you? I thought that you Sephardi, you don't eat rice. Okay, you understand. But if nothing like that is going to happen, so there is no problem. You understand? Not as I said, not such a big difference. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome.